When it comes to cold, I think the best advice is going to come from people who actually live in cold areas. If you take advice from somebody living in the tropics when it comes to cold weather, they may not have a lot of experience. Now, when it comes to cold, I'm going to come out and say that cold is a gigantic pain in the rear. It just is. It makes everything more difficult. You have to bundle up. You have to have 100 layers. It's just annoying. And having all of that on you a lot of times have your skin, cover. However, there are areas in your body that your skin is exposed. In those areas, when it comes to cold, you're talking about 10 below, 20 below, 30 below, 40 below. Yeah. It will cause damage. So, for those of you who don't know, I live in Alaska. That's it. That should say it all. So, I deal with significant cold temperatures. So, I will give you my take on how I take care of my skin. And, it's just cold weather, I guess. I don't know. Sometimes it's chilly. You go outside when it's cold and you throw some hot water in the air and it just evaporates because it's so warm. Anyway, guys, skincare when it comes to cold weather is something that you should take seriously, especially if you have no experience whatsoever. Now, a lot of people immediately would jump to I have chapstick. Chapstick is good. Chapstick is good for your lips. I have used chapstick for other things. I apply it in my mustache and whatnot because when it gets that cold, you get popsicles coming out, and it's just easier when you have some sort of grease that you can just pop it off. I use it on my cheeks. I use it in my ears. This part right here, believe it or not, is a gigantic pain. Because for some reason, even if you have a beanie, just a little tiny bit comes out. Or if you have a hat, it gets too hot and sometimes you put it up. So this part right here is something that everybody should be taking care of. And I have used chapstick. It doesn't work that well. So chapstick, it just has one use for your lips. It works great for your lips, but for everything else, it just falls very, very short. So, and I have right next to me the three things that I predominantly have used in here. So, chapstick for your lips, fine, but when it gets really, really cold, you can put it on your skin, but it's just not gonna give you that good protection that you really need. So, chapstick, I remove them. And especially since I run everything through E.M.E. I just run everything through E.M.E. That way I know what works and what doesn't. Okay, so the next one that people always ask is, or say, Vaseline. We have used it. I use Vaseline. It works. It works. Vaseline does work. The problem is, in cold weather, all that clothing and whatnot, you get rub spots. They get tender, and especially between your legs because you have to wear, like underclothes and whatnot. Especially when you're walking, it's just that burn. Vaseline does absolutely nothing to cure that at all. Great for skin protection, great for the cold. I put it in my face, I put it in my beard, I put it in my mustache. It's a lot easier to remove the popsicles. I put it in my hands, but it does nothing, absolutely nothing to heal. It protects, but nothing for you to help your body heal. And especially when you're using gloves that has wool liners inside. Guys, my hands had got raw. How bad it gets. Here comes the solution. And I left the best for last. E.M.E ointment. Yes, a lot of folks are like, isn't that for baby's bottoms rash? It is. It is. And yet, it outperforms Vaseline, and it most definitely outperforms chapstick. I've used this, and it helps you heal. It protects you, same as Vaseline. It does have petroleum in it, 53.4%. You're more than welcome to look it up. So we use this again extensively. This helps your skin heal, and that's something that is extremely important. You don't only need protection, but you need that heal as well. You need to be able to heal as fast as possible, especially when you get like a burn or something in your skin. You apply it and bam. So what I did, because I run my system through E.M.E, I was like, I can't be using the chapstick anymore. It's just not performing the way I want it. So I took it out. And I have not been using the Vaseline for a while. I've been using this. I mean, it's obvious how much I've used, right? I don't have this right next to my bed. What I have is something like this. This is a 1 ounce container. I'm going to open it so you guys can see. And we use it. Essentially what I did, is I got one of those sporks that you get. I mean, if you got a spoon, probably can do it. I just got a spork that I had left over from, I don't know, KFC or something from years ago. And I just cut it with my scissors and got things out, spoon it out from there. I use this part. Don't use this one because otherwise it's just going to make a mess. And just put it in here. This is on the side of my bed. And I just come in, use it. I put it in my lips. That's a question that many of you may ask. Hey, Billy, can you use this for your lips? Let me just say like this. You got to do your own research. Mrs. D have gone to bed with a cracked lip. Have woken up, done. Had never been the same with Vaseline or with chapstick. This helps tremendously. It helps. So I will say this. In fact, back in Florida, a lot of people use this after they get tattoos. They put it in their skin so they can heal fast. So essentially what I'm trying to say here is that I am replacing this for a little can like this one. And I just fill it up. I'm removing the chapstick from my pocket because it's just not performing. And now what I'm going to have is this little thing, which is 1/2 ounce. It weighs absolutely nothing. And I can take care of my hands. I can take care of my face. I can take care of my lips. If I have, I don't know, dry skin, because it happens. The other day I had some dry skin back here, and before I went to bed, I just grabbed some and I was like, all right, let me rub it in. Next day, done. Yeah. Mrs. D actually carries one big one like this one in her backpack. She does not like this chapstick whatsoever. So, you see, the system works. The system works. And it removes that it doesn't work. Items that don't really work. Chapstick works for just one purpose. Vaseline works great, but it does not give you that extra that you have with the A&D ointment. And when it comes to cold, let me tell you something. Take care of your skin. Take care of your skin, because frostbite is not fun. So I will leave it short today. I will post my findings and my evaluation on the chapstick, on the Vaseline, and on the A&D ointment, so you guys can see it. And of course, you have a list of all my gear when it comes to E.M.E. That way you know exactly what I'm using and what I'm not using. Also, I had a chapstick in my summer bag. My summer bag, I'm gonna make another one. And you can buy this, again, I'm gonna leave it in the description. You can buy a pack of 6 for like $5.29 in Amazon. So they're not that expensive. And I mean, you can even use this to make candles if you want to. Now, if you want something bigger, by all means, I have this one right next to my bed. This one will be in my vest. I'm gonna go make another one, and I'm gonna take out the chapstick that I have in my summer bag and replace it with one of this. Simple enough, because I have to wear gloves out there, rough terrain and whatnot, and sometimes you get rashes because of mosquitoes. The Thermacell is great, but a few daring mosquitoes always come in and bite you, and then you get that rash, and I applied that. So yeah, I'm gonna be adding this, removing the chapstick, and that's gonna be for my summer bag. Winter bag, I'm not gonna have one of this in my winter bag because I will have it on me. I don't wear a vest during summer, hence the reason why one is gonna be there. Remember, E.M.E has 0 redundancies. 0. So anyway, guys, go read the post. Let me know what you think. When it comes to winter skin protection, what is it you use? What worked for you? For me, I tested things, and the ointment is the way to go. At least to me. That's what works for me. With that being said, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Like always, rock on, rip on, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye-bye, everybody. If you'd like to support the channel, check out the links in the pinned comment below. Consider joining our Frontier Prepper Squad or let an adult to you run. It really does make a difference. And always remember, those who prepare today will not struggle tomorrow.